of guys who get way too emotional in situations, especially when a female is involved they're dealing with. A lot of times you got these guys who are from single parent households that grew up with a mother, and they learn a lot of her traits. Now, in regards to these guys and them getting emotional, let me tell y'all something, man. Times are very different. Times are very different. And you have, again, a lot of these guys who they identify more and more with women. I mean, look how they dress, look how their interactions with other men are. You know how you're around men and you can tell that they're not around other men like that. They don't look you in the eye. They have a very passive or personality where you can just tell they don't interact with other men. In a room full of men who are more, alpha, so to speak, they would sort of be drowned out. It's just how they are. It's just that they don't know how to interact with other men. But they do interact probably better with other women, communicate with them better. So them getting into verbal, back and forth with women is very easy for them because they identify mentally more with women than men. Now, again, these are the type of guys that don't really get along with other men too much. Then you got the guys that have an issue with themselves, and women are very good at poking at those issues. But again, if you're a confident guy like Tory Lanez claims to be, or people claim that he is, you should never allow these situations to get you to the point to where you out here pulling out, pulling out that whatever weapon of choice he had. It should never get to it should never get to that point. It should never get to that point, man. Now, if it was a physical altercation, now, again, we don't know yet. And let's say she might have been getting the better of him because, again, they're in a car. And according to the articles, she was trying to leave. But does that make any sense? What woman especially what black female do you know walk away from situations, especially somebody with the personality of Meg Thee Stallion and who in her mind thinks she's a dude? How many women do you know, especially melanated women, are going to walk away from a verbal altercation with a black man? I think there's more to the story. But because she is protecting him, he feels the need to protect her. So, of course, he's not going to be honest. And she's not going to be honest because it may make both of them look bad. It would make both of them look bad. And I think that if you are a confident person, you should never allow a woman to break you down to the point to where you end up doing something that you regret. But I just don't know of any females just going to walk away from a verbal altercation. Now, as far as, the altercations that go on and how a lot of black women can't walk away from those situations, I have a hard time believing that she just was going to walk away from the situation. I think if Tory was to just tell the truth, I bet it was a situation where it went to fisticuffs. Because why would you do what he is said to have done? You as a guy, you're a grown man. You know what I'm saying? You're a well-known entertainer. Why would you have to go to listen? Your security should be the only ones carrying around any type of weapons. Shout out to you, Ro. That's how you say your name. Now, again, I have talked about how toxic a lot of these celebrity relationships can be, even real life relationships. Meg Thee Stallion hasn't been famous that long, but I did a video on this channel right here about Ray J and his wife who broke up. Well, she was going to divorce him, but then she got back with him. And there are people who believe that relationship is very toxic, you know. But they got back together. I mean, we tend to have very toxic relationships. But when you have somebody like a Meg Thee Stallion with her mentality, she really believes mentally she's a dude. You know what I'm saying? I believe she tried him. I don't think she was just walking away. Does that even sound right? What I think really went down in that car is that they argued, they got into it, and I believe she probably tried to put her hands on him. What? Because you know what I'm saying? It just, what is being said just doesn't make sense to me. And again, we're going to find out the truth more and more as the days go on. No one's going to let this go. Tory Lanez is trending on Twitter right now. You know?
Tory Lanez is the type of guy Meg Thee Stallion would take back even after a violent incident like this. Sad but true.
You know what, AJ? That could definitely happen. I could definitely see that happening. Because again, we tend to, especially in the male net community, we tend to like these type of relationships because it's drama filled. Not myself personally, but there are people in the male net community that are good with those type of relationships because it's not boring. You know, they have something to complain about with their friends or co-workers, you know. And if they don't have anything to complain about, then that relationship is going to be boring to them, you know. You know, we love our dysfunctional relationships. Not me. But I think that we've grown so accustomed to it that it's like nothing. So you have women that will take these guys back because that's all they know. That's all they know. You know? And again, this might be something that both of them enjoy. You know? I believe that could have happened. I believe she probably did talk about his height, clown him, disrespect him. Look at all the comments under the posts where they initially talked about him being arrested for this. Y'all should have seen all those people, especially the females, that were making fun of Tory Lanez because of his height. You had dudes as well talking about his height, making jokes about it, you know. And that didn't stop Meg Thee Stallion from getting with him. That didn't stop her from getting with him. I'm pretty sure a lot of those women that were clowning him have dated guys his height. You know? So you got a guy who is a little bit liquored up. He's not driving, which is a telltale sign that he was intoxicated because they had a driver. And I believe she was popping off on him, probably in his face. And he took that tool out, popped it. She probably, when she saw that, she was probably getting out the car, and that's when it probably ricocheted in the floor, in the foot. You know. So, again, in these situations, you can't lose your cool. You can't get yourself to the point to where, you know, you could lose everything. You can lose everything based off of
Male
your emotions.
Need less peon security guards for stuff like this.
Yeah. Even if you're just out with your girlfriend or out with friends, at least have somebody there for your protection. You know, look at Floyd Mayweather. He constantly has security. You never see him without security because it's to protect himself and keep him from doing something crazy and for something happening with him. Okay, and this guy is a world-class trained boxer. I'm pretty sure he can handle himself. But it's also a way to protect them from getting any type of, you know, situations that he don't need to get into. You know? If you are out and about and you know you're going to be inebriated, okay? You don't need to be toting. And that's for sure. And you're probably in a nice side of town. So what? You're not in the hood, you know, unless y'all was over near there. Why would you need to be, you know, packing? What are you packing for? What are you packing for? What danger are you going to get in? You know? And you know what? If he is carrying a lot of cash, once again, have somebody there with you so you can avoid. Listen, not every rich man is going to have security or going to have, is going to be packing either. So once again, if you are a rapper, you rap, this dude done been in the multiple beefs. I'm pretty sure he don't want to get caught slipping. But he was feeling good. Maybe a little bit too good. And these guys, man, they get in these situations, man, and they have nobody to blame but themselves. Because this situation got bigger than it needed to be, ultimately because of the decisions of one man. We can say whatever we want about Meg Thee Stallion. Ultimately, the decisions that were made impacted where we are now, where people are talking about canceling him because of what happened. You have to make a choice, man. You gotta make the right choices. And you know what was funny? I went to his page and I saw a couple videos he was doing. He did a video on his page about, fathers, black fathers, man. And he seemed like a guy that has a good head on his shoulders, Now, he did say something that I really did not like. He talked about how he supported people looting and destroying their own communities. I really didn't like that. But other than that, he seemed like a guy that had his head on straight. How you get to this point, we probably will know soon. But it's not looking good. And nobody's talking. Only people that are doing the talking are the people on her side. And they tend to be upset at him. So obviously he did something. It's not hearsay. It's not fake news.